49er fans could use some optimism right about now, especially with how the season has gone, falling to last place in the NFC West after the Rams win over the Vikings. So let's get into the optimism. John Lynch joined KBR this morning and had a bunch of updates, but one of the bigger updates was about, of course, Christian McCaffrey and Dre Greenlaw, two of the 49ers star players on offense and defense who, let's face it, the 49ers have been missing them very much so. And we all want to know, when are they going to be able to return into the lineup? And are they going to be able to return into the lineup? There's been a lot of conversations about Christian McCaffrey. Like, is he really going to play this season? Dre Greenlaw, is he going to play this season? Well, take a listen to John Lynch as he joins KBR to give an optimistic update on both of them. Take a listen right here.
I look at our IR list and I say McCaffrey, Greenlaw, Gross Matos, Hufanga. Like if we can get those guys back, I think that's the boost we need as much as anybody we're going to bring in from the outside. So we got a good group of players, and hopefully we can start getting some of these guys back while we remain healthy. And the most important thing this week is go find a way to beat the Cowboys, be a fun environment on a Sunday night.
For sure. So just to kind of because, those guys remain in the offing, Greenlaw, McCaffrey, Hufanga. But you would say that inside the building, it's your belief that those guys will put on pads and a helmet sometime during this season?
Absolutely. Yeah, very much so. And, where those timelines are, I think we're getting closer on all of them. They're all trending in really good directions. We want to make sure when we have them back for good. And so that would be a boost. Those are really good players that I mentioned. And John Feliciano is another guy on the offensive line who's played a lot of good football, who is rounding towards good form and being ready. So for all those guys, you got to create spots, but they're players worthy of creating spots. And that will give us a big boost. But right now we got to focus with the team we have of going and finding a way to win.
So same question, John, about the defensive line. And so I was talking about the wide receiver depth, and you said, no, I kind of like what we have, and, we'll always take a call. But I think most observers say there's been attrition. Javon Hargrave, obviously. I think Givens is actually banged up this week, and Gross Matos, as you mentioned. So are there enough bodies, or do you have to go out and fortify that group?
We got enough bodies. Yeah, we were deep there as well, and we have enough bodies. And like I said, Yetur's trending in a good direction to come back. Hargrave, potentially, if we can get ourselves in the playoff and the postseason, there's a potential chance that he might come back. I know he's working towards that. So those things are, way off. But in the interim, yeah, we have enough guys. Evan Anderson, undrafted free agent, who we really coveted and has played really well for us when he's had the opportunity. He came up to our 53 this week. Kalia Davis, you saw him making some contributions. Malik Collins has been outstanding all year. Jordan Elliott, just speaking of the guys on the interior. And we got enough guys to go.
So as you can hear, he does absolutely believe Christian McCaffrey and Dre Greenlaw will play this year. Now, the same thing continues to persist out with Christian McCaffrey. The expectation is November 10th. We do expect him to be able to go, that being CMC against the Bucks. So the conversation hasn't changed about that. There continues to be a lot of optimism about that. There continues to be, went on did a show with Lombardi, and he was talking about how Christian McCaffrey was in the locker room and he's moving really, really well and doing all those different types of things. So that's good. So I think that CMC is trending in the right direction. So no setbacks with the bilateral Achilles tendonitis is a huge indication that he will be able to go. And as long as they can maintain that and he can continue to take steps forward, no steps back, November 10th seems like the date. And with Dre Greenlaw, he might be a few more weeks out from CMC, but they do anticipate to get him back. And Dre Greenlaw spoken about it. He doesn't want to return unless he's 100% healthy. So hopefully we can get both of those guys back because you've been missing Dre Greenlaw on the defensive side. I know it's been kind of back and forth between Devondre Campbell and D Winters. A lot of fans are kind of over the Devondre Campbell kind of experiment. But honestly, I feel like the 49ers don't have a ton of options right now. D Winters, still a little bit inconsistent. He has high upside. He does play very hard and very fast, and he shows a lot of promise, but I do think he can be inconsistent at times. So that's where the veteran presence of Devondre Campbell may fill in. So they kind of been rotating those guys because it's kind of the best of both worlds, I guess. You get the veteran presence from Devondre, but you also get, the high flying, missile from D Winters. But man, to be able to put Dre Greenlaw back into that mix, and again, he really just brings a mentality. He brings a passion to the game that's very similar to Fred Warner. So, gosh, you would love to get both of those guys back, and obviously with CMC, I feel like, especially with that performance against the Kansas City Chiefs, CMC would just be an injection of energy. Another way to threaten defenses, another way to get them second guessing themselves, where maybe they don't feel that way right now. Maybe they don't feel like Jordan Mason is a threat to beat them in the passing game, so they're willing to sell out in the run game. And hopefully CMC would help kind of bring back that threat of we don't know what they're going to do on any given play. So I did like what John Lynch had to say. I think we all agree that we both want those guys back into the lineup, and we know the 49ers are better when those two guys are playing. But you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.